Right now, you are the only kind of human on Earth. One species. Look around, every single person you have ever met is the same kind of creature as you, and it feels normal, obvious. But it isn't. For most of our story, Earth was home to many kinds of humans, walking at the same time, under the same sky. Tall ones, strong ones, tiny ones, some smarter than we ever imagined. And then, one by one, they all vanished, every single one except us. So here is the question no one likes to ask. What happened to the rest? And why are we the only ones who survived? We like to imagine human history as a straight line, that we were always the only humans marching alone toward today. But that's a lie. There was a time, not so long ago, when you could have walked across the earth and met other kinds of humans, not apes, not monsters, humans who made tools, lit fires, buried their dead, and looked back at you with thinking eyes. The Neanderthals in the cold north, the mysterious Denisovans in the east, the tiny hobbit humans on a lost island, and several more we are only now discovering. At one point, our planet held as many as 9 different human species at the same time. Today, there is one, and the story of how we became the last is darker and stranger than you think. So what actually happened to them? For a long time, people assumed the simplest answer, that we killed them, that our ancestors marched across the world and wiped out every rival. And it's a tempting story, because we know how violent humans can be. But here's the truth. The evidence for a great slaughter just isn't there. There's no battlefield full of Neanderthal bones, no clear sign of war. The real story is quieter and in some ways more haunting. The other humans didn't simply die in battle. They were slowly squeezed out of existence. As our species spread, we were a little faster at adapting. Our groups were a little larger. Our tools changed a little quicker. We made better networks, traded over longer distances, survived hard winters just a bit more often. None of this needed violence, it just needed time. Generation after generation, we took a little more land, a little more food, a little more of the world, until there was almost nothing left for them. And then something even stranger happened. We didn't just replace them, we absorbed them. When our ancestors met these other humans, they had children together. And those children carried both bloodlines forward, and this is where it stops being ancient history and becomes personal. Because those other humans never fully disappeared, they're hiding inside you. If your roots trace outside of Africa, around 1 to 2% of your DNA comes directly from Neanderthals. Some people carry Denisovan DNA too, the genes that help certain people survive at high altitudes. A gift from the Denisovans, parts of your immune system, your hair, even how your body handles cold, shaped by humans who went extinct tens of thousands of years ago. There were once humans barely over a meter tall, living on an island, hunting with stone tools, a real species, not a myth. And Neanderthals weren't the dumb brutes from old cartoons. They buried their dead. They made art. Their brains were as large as ours, sometimes larger. They weren't a failed experiment. They were us, a different version of us, and they almost made it. So why does this matter now? Because it changes what it means to be human. We are not the winners of some clean, noble race. We are the last survivors of a vanished family. The only branch left on a tree that once had many. Every other version of human looked out at the world, felt fear, loved their children, and tried to survive, just like you. And they lost, not because they were weak, but because history only needed one to remain. When you understand that, being the only human stops feeling like a triumph. It starts feeling like a responsibility. We are not just a species, we are the memory of all the others who didn't make it. So the next time you look at the people around you, remember, it was never supposed to be just us. We are the final chapter of a much bigger story, one filled with humans you'll never meet, whose blood still runs in your veins. They walked the earth. They feared the dark. They loved and they lost. And in a strange way, they're still here, in your DNA, in your bones, in the simple fact that you exist at all. We weren't the only humans, we're just the ones who remained to tell the story. If this opened your eyes to a part of your story you never knew, subscribe. Every week, we bring the lost world of ancient humans back to life. And tell me in the comments, if you could meet one of these other humans, which one would it be? I read every reply,